Alright, let's continue. Oh wait. Damn it, I was gonna go to that one last, because I know that's gonna be one of the ones you have to go to. Well, we probably have to go to the other one too, though, because that's Hitomi's place. Oh god. Oh my god, why does everyone around Masuki have to die? Oh, I feel bad for her. Oh man. It's a weird angle. It's more like the dream angle.
Mizuki must know about Iris and Ota.
Of course, the news was distributed heavily across the internet, not just in Japan, but worldwide.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty shocking case, Jesus.
3 days ago, Mizuki discovered her mother's body.
We know.
2 days ago, this morning, it is completely understandable that she is...
Can I be left alone for a while?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Aiba, contact Abyss. See if they can get Mizuki a good counselor.
Understood.
In the language of flowers, the iris means good news and hope.
Ooh, is this finally come back?
When I saw the flowers this morning, I just knew something good would happen.
Iris.
So yeah, I think this is us, the real us. Because I also got a lot of foreshadowing that we were uncle when we were talking to her too. It was only when they showed his body being different than us, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's not.
Iris was my everything. We always went everywhere together, whether it was buying clothes, or going to the movies, or taking a walk, or going shopping at the supermarket. When she was young, she would just hold one of my fingers. Her hand was too small to hold mine. Then it was 2, then 3. And finally she could hold my hand. But eventually, she left my hands altogether. She started crossing her arms, being independent, even though she needed constant attention growing up. Her memories are a part of this room. And always will be. When she was a baby, she fell off that sofa and cried and cried. One day she tore up her picture book all over the floor here. Another time she drew with crayons all over the window. She painted my portrait on Mother's Day. Scratches on the floor, chipped plates, burn marks on the table, stains on the cushions. Everything you see. It all holds a memory of her, but why? Oda was one of my students. I taught him in elementary school. I heard it from the police. Oda tried to help Iris and ended up I don't know what to say. I have no words.
Hitomi,
She knows about So. And all that stuff.
my entire focus is on this case.
She should know about the Cyclops murder. She should be, like, connecting that.
Is there anything at all you can tell me?
I don't know if this is important, but
No, please. Tell me.
I may have told you this already. I met Renju's wife Shoko twice before. The first time at the wedding, the second time a month ago. That second time was in the waiting room of the prison.
What? Probably the C-89, but why?
Prison?
And why were you there?
There's an acquaintance of mine from when we were younger.
So maybe she doesn't know about the body swap. She thinks 89 is still her boyfriend. So yeah, with my theory, the mob was after us. That actually makes sense that So's son would come after us because he was working with the mob.
I visit them a few times a year.
Them? Oh. Okay. Just neutral.
By coincidence, I saw Shoko. I don't think she noticed me, but I recognized her as Renju's wife right away. She was there for the same reason I was, to visit one of the
The
inmates.
same one?
Do you know who?
No, I don't. We didn't talk.
Which prison?
Fuchu Prison, in Tokyo.
Fuchu.
Prison?
I'm sorry to have bothered you. I'll be going now.
I don't know what to do. Thinking about her. Dante, please, you have to catch them. Please. Please.
I will. Trust me.
Maybe not on this path, but I'm sure we will. Actually, for sure not on this path. Everyone's dead on this path. That would not be a very good true ending.
Where did she go?
She's dead.
Well, she isn't always here, correct?
True. What are you doing?
I thought it would be easier to talk like this.
What do we have to talk about?
A summary of the investigation, perhaps?
What summary? We don't have anything new.
That's not true.
Huh?
I was curious, so I did some research about number 89.
That I don't know. That I know.
Unknown. I cannot determine if they have any connection. Approximately 1 month ago. If I am unable to say for after all.
But number 89...
I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
Oh, yeah.
That must mean that he knew her somehow.
It is possible. Unknown.
You don't know?
No such person is listed in the family registry.
What, number 89 isn't?
It is possible he is a foreigner, but his nationality is unknown. However, I believe it is safe to say that he was born and raised in Japan. As you know, he is an assassin with multiple confirmed kills. He is currently serving a sentence at Fuchu Prison. He was imprisoned 6 years ago.
And if he's an assassin, it makes sense he'd work with the mob.
That's what Pewter told us.
After his fourth murder, he...
Pewter claims that there were 2 culprits behind the original serial killing. One was the former
But Rohan committed.
That leaves one.
But number 89 couldn't. He was in jail.
Correct. However, I do not believe it is.
I know who killed Shogunadami.
If he was telling the truth, his involvement is possible.
Let's talk to number 89.
All right. However, we need not go to him. We can bring him to us. If we plan on syncing with him, it would be more efficient.
Holy cow, that would be cool.
Can you arrange that?
I can.
I can do that herself? Oh man. Maybe she is dead. Or maybe she's evil, man. I don't know. I don't think she is, but... So I would think he's not working with Renji this time, because we organized this, not him. Peter, I mean. Also, Renji's dead, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry to interrupt your busy day,
He's flashing because he recognizes himself.
but I need you to tell me something. I'd appreciate your cooperation.
Number 89.
Your real name.
I don't remember. Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso is a republic in West Africa.
I don't have time for your jokes.
Yeah, I guess I do.
About a month ago, Shoko visited Fuchu Prison. Was she there to see you?
That's right.
What did you talk about?
Nothing special.
You're in no position to lie.
I'm not. She didn't come to hear me talk.
Then why did she come?
To meet me.
Meet you?
She probably just wanted to see me. A long time ago. I don't remember exactly when.
What's your relationship to her?
A physical one. I'm kidding. She was just a business partner. That's right. I was one of the culprits behind the case 6 years ago. One of the 2 Cyclops killers.
So why the cover-up? That is, well, I guess then again, that makes sense, right? Because of the body swap? Like, how can they possibly, you know, I mean, like, he wasn't really a culprit. Like, I mean, this body wasn't. So it would be hard to prove.
All right, let's get right down to it. 2 days ago, you called Investigation HQ and said, I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
Oh, and so So knows about the body swap, which he has to. Because otherwise he would react completely differently to Date. If So knows about the body swap, that's what he can hold over the department. That could be how he blackmails them into doing stuff.
That's right.
Who?
Hey, don't be so hasty. We haven't agreed on a deal. You're gonna let me out of prison, right?
It's done. You've got a deal.
Yeah, right.
All right. But to explain it properly, I need to tell you a story. It might take some time. Is that all right with you?
I've got nothing but time.
Then let's get started. The story of a lonely assassin. Once upon a time, there was a detective, full of righteous justice.
That's me. Probably. It's gotta be weird for him. Because if he body swapped and he has his memory, he's looking at himself.
Let's call him F.
Yeah, Date's real name. Whatever it is.
F found the evils of the world intolerable. F had no parents, no siblings, and grew up in an orphanage since he was born. He suffered every kind of abuse imaginable there. It led him to despise all the evils of the world. One day, F was chasing a thug down at the harbor. Someone wanted for the assault and murder of women.
Yeah. So, son.
Okay, I get it. I'll just throw down my knife.
Maybe.
Here,
Maybe not.
and you lower your gun. It's fine. I got nothing else on me. I'll go quietly. You know, I have a history with hospitals. I've been going to a special hospital for a while. Even if I get caught, it's all good. I'll come right back out again. What should I do next time? Just thinking about it gets me excited.
The culprit was unarmed, but F never served a day in prison. The case went to trial for some time, but it was determined to be self-defense, and he was declared innocent. If the truth got out, it would be a huge scandal for the police. People at the upper level were terrified of what might happen, so they had evidence fabricated. F wasn't suspended or disciplined at all. After a while, he returned to his job like nothing happened. That was a turning point for him. He was ready to shed the morality that was weighing him down, holding him back.
See, you can tell, actually, that this is the body swap because we know that the Cyclops killer killed somebody when he was 12. And we know how that happened. So, it's just a different story than this.
F still wanted justice.
Maybe this is just fake.
He was willing to dispense it to the immoral, one by one. He became a lone gunman. No, he was his own man. F believed that he was judge, jury, and executioner. But it didn't last long. One day, F got rid of a criminal we'll call X. X was responsible for defrauding and killing an innocent old man for his life insurance policy.
Okay, so that's what we know the mobsters used to do.
Turns out, X had connections. Someone wasn't happy that he died. Rohan Kumakura, chairman of the Kumakuras. X was a top executive of the Kumakuras at the time. Rohan ordered his men to find and kidnap F.
I've done some research. I know you've cleaned up at least 18 pieces of scum from this earth. But somehow there hasn't been a single criminal investigation. They're all treated as suicides, accidents, or natural causes. Amazing work. I'm impressed. How about you work for us? Of course, you have the right to say no, but it'll be the last word out of your mouth.
F was trapped. Even if he somehow survived, he would be looking over his shoulder for the rest of his life. He had no choice but to take Rohan's offer. Thus, F's self-employment came to an end. He became a hired gun of the Kumakuras. Rohan even gave him a code name, Falco, named for the Falcon. Falco didn't quit his job as a police officer, though. He worked as a detective by day, assassin by night, at the will of the organization.
Huh. So yeah, I wonder if this is our backstory? Could be. Or it just could be made up. But we do know Date was with the police.
An ordinary killer would need motive to take a life. Not Falco. He did as he was told. One target after another. It didn't take long to destroy his heart completely.
Then he gets injured and meets a woman, Hitome.
Time passed, and a few years back, Falco, who by this time was exhausted in body and spirit, made a fatal mistake. He missed his mark and ended up taking a bullet to the stomach. Somehow, he managed to escape. After reaching a nearby shrine, his legs finally gave out under him.
Yeah. I feel like I got a pretty good handle on things now. I totally think this is us.
He had no strength left. He put his back up against the shrine and let out a moaning breath that he thought might be his last. But at that moment, in his darkening vision, he saw a woman approach him. He watched her take out her phone and dial for help. At the same time, he heard footsteps of at least 2 people closing in. He knew immediately that they were after him. He sprung into action, grabbing the woman and pulling her close, kissing her to keep her from talking. That was the first encounter between Falco and the woman. She was a teacher at some school.
Falco and the woman. Sounds like a bad movie.
It was like she was from a totally different world than him. Listening to her talk, he would forget everything about his line of work. She was his only contact with the ordinary, mundane world. They met in secret a few more times, and Falco felt his heart grow warmer. Her smile and kindness were like a cold glass of water for Falco's parched heart. Falco started to become himself again. His former self. He swore on his life that from then on, he would live for her.
And then someone broke in.
So, you want to go clean? Fine. Do as you please. You've done a lot for us. But there is one last thing. One final job I want you to do for me. It's nothing major. This woman and her daughter. I need you to dispose of them.
Wow, what? That's crazy.
Should be simple, no?
Rohan handed Falco a picture of a woman and a girl.
Obviously. It's the girl he's seeing.
It was the teacher Falco met at the shrine, and her daughter. She had just turned 12. Why the 2 of them? Rohan, as usual, never gave a reason, and Falco had no intention of carrying out the kill, but if he didn't, he knew that someone else would. He thought long and hard.
It kills him, but that was only a year ago that he died. Huh.
How was he going to keep them safe and get out of the life of crime?
Kill him.
He couldn't find an answer, no matter how hard he thought.
Kill him.
He was backed into a corner. So, he decided to call on an old friend for help.
Renju?
And then...
What's the connection between that and Shoko? You mentioned a detective. Was that the whole... Why did you stop? Hey, answer me.
This is a transaction, remember? Until I get a guarantee that you'll uphold your end of the bargain, I'm not telling you anything else. I'll give you half up front, half later. If you want to hear the rest of my story, you better start the release procedures.
I wonder... I can't think of any information you would know that Renju could have made a deal with them to this same deal.
Once they've cleared, I'll tell you everything.
Date, it is unlikely that number 89 will uphold his promise, even upon release.
Pewter,
Yes?
start the preparations.
For what?
What do you think? The sink.
Oh. Yes.
I have injected number 89 with the usual dosage. He will not be waking up anytime soon. Are you ready, Agent Dante?
Yeah,
The time limit is 6 minutes.
I know.
Then let's begin.
Or we could just stay in there and switch bodies back. That would be good though. Whoa. I just realized it, like, assuming my theory is right, this is really weird. Because they're like mixing bodies.
Sup?
You know? I mean, they could end up going back into their own bodies, you know? That could be a thing. Alright, I'm going to call this video here. Until next time.